Welcome back, everybody. Brett Osborne, Smoking Out Butts Barbecue. So going on to phase 2 of my gumbo. Made the roux yesterday. Let it cool down. Had a great time. Went down to Glenrock and judged a bunch of young chefs, junior high, high school kids, and some adults too, cooking lamb and some desserts. And wow, that was a fun time last night. I had to get to that. So anyway, when I move the camera over, I'm going to show you my roux. I let it cool down. So I'm bringing it back up to temp, okay? So we're gonna take it back to where it was yesterday when I was through with the roux. And then I'm gonna show you some of the ingredients I got here and try to blast them over. So anyway, that's what I'm on now. Okay, there's my roux. So it's looking good. Just bringing it back up to temp. So I've got chicken, andouille, some green onions. I've got my trinity kind of broke down. I used orange bell pepper and celery. Here's my onion, okra, cut onions. Got a can 14.5 ounce can of the tomatoes, and I'm starting to get my seasonings put together here. I'll explain to you as I go. I've also got some minced garlic, got my chicken broth, and some other goodies here. So we'll go through that here now. Okay, everybody, here's this roux. If you remember me yesterday, I said if you had to leave or do something, you could come back to it. You most certainly can. Honestly, I could just keep on cranking and get this darker too if I wanted to. She's ready to keep going. All right, so it's pretty warm. It's not as hot as it was yesterday. I could keep going with it if I wanted to, or I could add, my veggies. So I think I showed you a picture earlier in the last little clip. These quantities aren't exact, they're just kind of what you want to do and what you want to add. I would suggest just play with it, and then if you like more or less or something, do that. So what I've got is I will have a full this is one white onion chopped up here. Okay, gotta have onion. I'm gonna put that in first. And then I've got, 3 or 4 stalks of celery and one orange bell pepper. Put red in there if you want, green, whatever you want to use. I just grabbed that one out of the fridge first, to be honest with you. I don't have fresh okra. I'm in Casper, Wyoming, so I do have a bag of okra that I took out and kind of warm up in a skillet a little bit, take some of that slime off there, just for presentation. I don't mind it. Some people can't stand it. That is kind of some thickening and flavor. That's most certainly your call. I had boiled down 3 or 4 chicken thighs, boned in chicken thighs, and I took them out, let them cool, took the skin off and deboned them, and obviously kept the stock. That's what's going to go in next. What else I got here? Oh, right over here. That's about 3 pounds of andouille, okay? I'm actually going to leave that out. My wife doesn't like it real spicy, so I'm going to put that in a separate batch a little later, but that would normally go in too. And then I've got me a turkey wing, a smoked one that I will just throw in there for a little flavor, just to let it simmer. Got in here roughly, 3 or 4 cloves of minced garlic. Okay, and then I've got went and just chopped up some of the green onions and tops. I like putting some of those in to cook, and I also like putting that on top for serving. We'll show you that later. All right. I've got a can of whatever your favorite type of diced petite tomatoes is. Here I've got 4 cups, so that's the stock that I cooked down from the chicken thighs earlier. I probably will need more of that. I'll just use boxed, or if you have some you have left over, that's perfect, okay? Gotta have some of the Worcestershire Shire, however you wanna call it. That stuff's going in. I personally use some gumbo filet. Some people say you don't need that if you're using the okra, vice versa. I use them both, it's a preference. My buddy just gave me this Cajun 2-step, never used it. Gonna put that in tonight and try it. Usually I use Tony's for a year, or you slap your mama's. Most recently, I think it was just Cajun or Louisiana Cajun cod, I can't remember what it was, other stuff I used. I do have some of this I use in there as well when I put that in with the chicken. Probably about 2 tablespoons I put that in when I was cooking the chicken initially, okay? We're starting to get some smoke here, so I'm getting real close. And then over here, I've got just some different seasonings. This Cajun seasoning, I think that's about 2 tablespoons. I've got, half a teaspoon over here on the filet. Probably didn't need that much. And I just put some salt and pepper there for reference. Probably don't need a lot of salt with this stuff my finger's pointing at here. but that little bit of black pepper would be good too. So, all right, so I'm going to go in now with the onion. Love that smell. That's probably one of my favorite smells. I don't know if there's an order you need to put this in. Some people think you always got to put it in first, but that's kind of what we do it. All right, there's my, you guys can see it or not, there's my bell pepper and celery. We'll stir that around a little bit here. I'm up in high altitude too. That's a little bit different cooking. You can't boil water real quick up here, and you can't cook beans and things like that as quick as you can when I lived down in Texas either. But so it's kind of hard to tell you a set time because everything's just going to be a little bit different. But I just like getting these on a good. I haven't reduced the heat. I'm on like a medium, by the way, but right at medium. And frankly, it's kind of where I just like to do it. It's at the temperature that I like it. It's when I'll add something here. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic now. Don't want to put that in first; it'll burn. Probably the only thing worse than burnt garlic is burnt roux. All right, again, not any set way. Anybody, just kind of do it how you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken broth. Again, this is about 4 cups. It's going to vary on whatever you do. Like you tell right now, I'm going to probably need a little more, but that's okay. Going to go ahead and add my chicken. I would normally go ahead and put my andouille in right now. I'm going to wait. Here's that smoked turkey wing. Okay, gonna put my seasonings in there. Tomatoes, which you don't have to use. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Gonna go ahead and put my garlic in now. Excuse me, garlic, that's not garlic, that is okra. Just sprinkle them onions right there. Okay, again, normally you would put your sausage in, and I might just go ahead and drop just a few pieces in there now to have it. But okay, now we're going to take this and get this back up to boiling here. Okay, I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's that just basically brought her back to a boil, and that's there you go. That's thickened up real quick. So I told you up front I was going to probably need some more liquid. So again, I didn't have any more, so I'm just going to put in. And again, this isn't science, folks. Just like any other soup or whatever you want to make. Just it looks like it's going to need more. It's fine. And I forgot to put this in a while ago too, but about that much. Okay, now this still a little bit thick, and we're gonna let it cook down here for a little while, right? I'm going a little bit more here. You can always add a little bit. And then on the amount of seasoning and stuff too, I mean, it's kind of early to try tasting it now, but let's play with that here in a little bit. Okay, y'all, so you saw gumbo. I added some more liquid to it. If you had chicken bones from before, you had some stock in the freezer or fridge, use it up. I had to use some box stuff. I didn't have enough. So anyway, I'm going to let that simmer down and probably go an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2. I'll just kind of look at it. It looks good. I'm going to turn it down. I'll be back with you guys. White rice is hands down the best way, I think, for the flavor. I tried brown rice and other rices, which are good. White rice is the best in my opinion. So anyway, we will also sample it as we go along, and then possibly add some more of that seasoning too, or salt or whatever. I just wanted to wait for now. I have also gone in and added okra right before serving. I personally love okra and I like the chunks. They're not slimy to me if they're cooked correctly. And I'll do that too because I like the big chunks of okra in there because that other stuff's going to cook down that I put in earlier. That's optional. I'll show you that as I go. But anyway, I'm going to have myself a hot toddy, and I'll see you back here in about an hour and 30 minutes. Okay, it's been simmering for about 2.5 hours. I like my consistency. You see it's looking good. Things cooked down real good. It's ready to eat now, but like I told y'all before, I like adding extra okra, so I put it in another bag of frozen okra. Again, I don't have fresh. And got rice going, got some brown rice and got some white rice. So we'll be back here in a few minutes and show you the final project or product. Okay, everybody. Final product here. Oops, sorry about that. We'll see that, but that's about how I like my rice. I like to be able to eat that with a fork. A little bit left. A little crystal on there if you need to. Butter hot sauce or salt and pepper if you need to. I think mine's just fine. Anyway, till next time. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, punch that button.